What's up, guys? It's your boy Swishy Snake here, and I'm here to give you guys a shoe review on the ZO2 Prime Remix SHO'TIMEs. This is my favorite colorway of the ZO2s, mostly because I am a Lakers fan, so obviously I'm going to like the Lakers themed shoe more, but also because I was not a huge fan of the all black colorway of these, just because I've never really been a fan of all black shoes. So really, I mean, if you guys are a fan of those, I get it, but personally, in my opinion, I just don't like all black shoes. But anyways, let me jump into this shoe. One thing that stands out immediately looking at it is it has some mesh on the inside of the shoe on the toe, and it goes all the way up here to the collar. And on the website, it actually says that this mesh is taken from ultralight performance racing yachts, and it says that that helps give it a strong, sturdy feel, but also reduces the weight, which in turn makes it a super light shoe. They actually advertise the lightness of the shoe a lot on the description on the website. I guess they are really proud of how light it is. I think when they first dropped the shoe, they said it was the lightest shoe ever in terms of basketball shoes. But I think since then they've retracted on that and said it's one of the lightest shoes. And I actually will be weighing this alongside some of my other shoes I have to see how it stacks up in terms of how light it is. Another thing, the shoelaces. The shoelaces actually aren't as thick as they looked in pictures. I actually kind of like that, because sometimes with basketball shoes, especially if you're someone who likes to lace your shoes super tight, really tight laces can actually make it a little uncomfortable. So when I received the shoe and I actually was able to feel on the shoelaces, I was actually surprised at how they weren't as thick as they looked, and I actually think that's a good thing. Another thing I really like about the shoe is the carbon fiber plate right here on the back. That's actually a very common thing to use in performance basketball shoes, is the carbon fiber. It is it's supposed to help with locking down your shoe, or locking down your foot in the shoe so that there's no slipping. And it's a good way of adding protection to your foot, but it's not a heavy piece, so it doesn't add on to the weight much. Another thing I like about it is this pull tab right here actually says pull on it. I know a lot of people don't like that. I personally like it. Nick DePaula, that's ESPN's shoe guy, actually said that it kind of gives off an off-white collab feel to it, and I actually kind of agree with him on that. So I'm glad that they included that on there. It's a nice little detail. I wouldn't have minded if they didn't put it on there, but I thought that it was a good addition to the shoe. The outsole of the shoe is a two-tone color. I'm not sure how the traction is going to be on this shoe. I actually have not tried it on at all yet. I don't know how it's going to fit or how the traction is going to be. But if you guys want to see me do a performance review on the shoe, I will do that. So just let me know if you guys want to do it, and I will do it. The cushion on the shoe up here, just from feeling it, it feels like it would be pretty comfortable. Like I said, I haven't tried the shoe on yet, so I don't know how it feels on foot, but just from feeling it with my finger, it does feel pretty comfortable for the most part. The tongue is actually super thin as well. I'm actually a big fan of shoes that have super thin tongues, because if the tongue if the tongue is super thick, it can make for an uncomfortable feeling, and so I'm glad that it's pretty thin. In terms of aesthetically, I actually really like the design of this shoe. It's a really nice shoe. Now, is it $500 worth? I'm not sure if it's $500 worth. But I'll cut them some slack just because of the fact that Big Baller Brand is a startup company, I guess you could say. And I don't know what production costs go for or anything for them, so they may just have to be making up their money somehow. Personally, the only reason I bought the shoes is because I'm a huge Lonzo fan and I'm a huge Lakers fan. If I wasn't a Lakers fan, and say if Lonzo would not have gotten drafted by the Lakers, I probably would not have purchased these shoes, just for the simple fact of the price tag on it. So I guess what I'm trying to say is it really worth the $500? Probably not, but for nostalgia purposes, for me it's worth the $500. And I don't know, I might buy another pair of these. I haven't decided yet. There's actually a couple colorways that Lonzo's worn on court that I actually really like a lot, and if they drop those, I probably will buy another pair. But as of now, I'm sticking with these. I like these, and yeah, so I'm actually going to weigh these for you now. Let's see how they stack up against some of my Kobe's I have. Kobe's are actually known for being the lightest shoes in terms of basketball performance, so I'm going to weigh these and see how they stack up against some of my Kobe's I own. So the ZO2s are 11.9 ounces. That's actually pretty light, but let's see how it stacks up against some of my Kobe's. So these are the Kobe 4s. This is the first shoe in the line of Kobe's that went to a lower cut, and these were supposed to be super light at the time. So let's see how it stacks up against these. Okay, so the Kobe 4s are 12.4 ounces. So the ZO2s are lighter than the Kobe 4s. These are the Kobe 10s, again known for how light they are. Also a low cut shoe. And these are actually 14.2 ounces. So the ZO2s are lighter than these as well. These are the Kobe ADs, just another pair of Kobe's I own. Let's see how these stack up to the ZO2s. And these are 13.7 ounces. So again, the ZO2s are still lighter. And these are the Kobe 8s, which actually are known as being some of the best performance shoes ever. So let's see how they stack up against these. And these are actually 10.1 ounces. So they are not lighter than these, but just from holding them together in my hands, I didn't expect them to be. These were actually super light. These were probably the lightest ever Kobe's made, and I actually really like these shoes too, but that's not what we're talking about right now. So that'll be everything I have for you guys today. Comment, like, and subscribe.